Here are 10 things science cannot explain. At number 10 is a question I'm sure we've all thought about at some point. How do we know this isn't all an imagined world? Science cannot prove that we are not being tested on, that our brains are not being manipulated in some experiment to think that this is all actually real, or that we are not in a comatose state imagining our lives. At number 9, we have the question that continually baffles scientists. Why do we yawn? This is a mystery for two main reasons. Firstly, yawning does not seem to actually serve any purpose and thus can be suppressed without any consequence. Why do we feel the need to yawn if there is no reason for us to do so? One theory is that yawning allows for temperature regulation of the brain, but as with any theory, there is no concrete evidence to suggest that this is definitely the case. Secondly, a common fact, yawning is contagious. But why? Some scientists think that this is one of our primitive herd instincts as a species, but this theory is not fully explained. At number 8, we have the mystery of the Stonehenge. One of the UK's most famous landmarks, Stonehenge was built by the Neolithic people about 4,500 years ago. However, scientists struggle to pinpoint an exact method of how it was built. The first stones were sourced from Wales, nearly 200 miles away. With no invention of the wheel, no metal, and no other modern aids, one can only imagine the feat taken to create such a landmark. Another mystery? What were the stones used for, if anything? At number 7, what colour were dinosaurs? Within the realms of paleontology, we are certain that dinosaurs had scaled or bumpy skin, like that of an alligator. But what we cannot determine is what the colour of their skin was. The closest explanation is that they were as colourful as birds today, considering birds descend from the extinct animals. For many animals and insects, vibrant colours were and are vital for display, i.e. attracting a mate or for camouflage. It is only fitting that we mention aliens here, as a mystery video would not be complete without it. So, at number 6, a question regular citizens like myself often debate: where are the aliens? This is known as the Fermi paradox, which is defined as the apparent contradiction between the lack of evidence and high probability estimates. At the most basic level, the argument states that there are billions of stars in the galaxy that are similar to the Sun. Therefore, there is a high probability that these stars have Earth-like planets, some of which may develop intelligent life. Intelligent life forms could develop a method of interstellar travel, and according to this, the Earth should have already been visited by aliens. At number 5, it's the bloop. In 1997, a lengthy ultra-low frequency hum was picked up from the ocean. At the time, scientists thought that it came from a large animal. There has since been no definite explanation, although scientists today believe it to have been caused by ice. The unknown of this sound, mixed with what little we truly know about the dark depths of the ocean, makes it almost impossible to ever be certain of what it is. At number 4, why do cats purr? Cats are generally well-known animals in terms of knowledge of their body language. However, science cannot explain why they purr. Most people, particularly cat owners, believe purring is a sign of the cat being content, but it is important to note that cats purr at other times too. Another unanswered question is, how do cats manufacture their purr? Many scientists hypothesize that cats use the vocal folds in their larynx to create vibrating sounds. At number 3, why are more people right-handed? Statistically, 1 in 4 people are left-handed. To our knowledge, left-handedness is a recessive trait. Within this group of 4 people, 2 will be carriers of the left-handed allele and 1 will be a pure right-hander. However, many people doubt this, as it would imply that 2 left-handed parents would produce left-handed offspring, which is not the case. one also has to consider that left-handed people can often be conditioned into being right-handed, which skews the accuracy of the statistics of left-handed people. Some say that left-handed people had a slight absence of oxygen in the right hemisphere of the brain in the womb, and vice versa for right-handers. This meant that one hemisphere became dominant, which defines handedness at birth. However, this explanation does not consider those who are ambidextrous. At number 2, we have the ever-debated question in the worlds of science and religion: what came before the Big Bang? If nothing happens without a cause, then something must have caused the universe to appear. There is an argument that the universe didn't have a beginning and that it merely existed. However, science has disproved this explanation through the evidence of the effects of an explosion and the fact that the universe is still expanding. Finally, at number 1, how does the placebo effect work? In its simplest terms, the placebo effect is defined as a phenomenon whereby a fake treatment or substance improves a patient's condition simply because the person has the expectation that it will be helpful. Doctors have been aware of this effect for decades, and although we have some evidence to suggest that there is a biochemical reason for how it works, there is no other evidence to explain it. Scientists cannot seem to pinpoint a reason as to why some people really feel effects from what is essentially a sugar pill.